ggplot is the grammar of graphics. There are different layers in it. First is the data layer, second is the aesthetics, then geometry, then statistics, position, and facet layer. So let's start with scatter plot first. The package that we want for ggplot is ggplot2, and if you when you want to download this package, you can either download it from package tab here, install, or you can give the command install.packages. So I already have this package with me, so I'm just masking it to my screen, my session, using library command. So let's execute it. And the other package that I want is dply package in order to manipulate my data, in order to get a better result out of it. So the dataset that I am using for my analysis is empty cars dataset. You already know about this dataset. It is an inbuilt dataset having 32 rows and 11 columns, that is 11 variables. We will be taking different variables using will be used to create our graph. We will be at least using 7 of these variables added to our graph. Let's see how to do that. So first I am showing you how a basic graph for weight and mpg look like. So a base graph, for a base graph, the function is plot, and the x-axis is weight and the y-axis is mpg. So when we execute this command, this kind of a basic graph is created. Next we are adding, so let's start creating ggplot and adding first layer of ggplot. For that, the function is ggplot, which is inside this ggplot2 package. Within the bracket, first thing we mention is the data set or the data frame you are using. So my data set here is empty cars. Then the aesthetics. So the aesthetics for ggplot layer is very important. You have to give this aesthetics layer inside ggplot function. Within aesthetics, first thing you are mentioning is the x-axis, then you are mentioning the y-axis. So with this layer, no graph will be made, but a base for the graph will be created. What is the base for the graph? Let's execute and check. So this is the base of the graph. There is no plotting yet, but a graph has been created with x-axis and y-axis. So these are the basic aesthetics that we want for our graph. Next, we are adding a geometry to our graph. To add geometry to the graph, which means there can be different kind of graphs that you want. There can be bar graph, there can be a scatter plot, heat map, line map, any of the graph you can create. To add a geometry, the function is geom for geometry, then underscore. Then you can see there are different kind of functions that you can use for different kind of plots. Here I am doing the scatter plot. That means we want points, so it is geom.point underscore point. And I'm not giving any aesthetics right now. I just want points to be added to my graph. So you see, points have been added to the base of my graph. Now I will be adding aesthetics to this graph. So the basic aesthetics that we want is color, size, and shape. So first we are adding color and size to the points. The color that I want is red. So whenever you are mentioning a color, a basic color, you will have to be mention it in inverted commas, and size can be of any point that you want. I have taken 3 here so that they are little bold. Let's execute it, and the geom layer will be added to the basic graph, otherwise the plots will not be created. So you can see the color has been changed and points are bold now. They are bigger in size. Now let's add shape to this points. So shape means instead of circle, I want a different kind of shape to be pointed. Here I have taken 20. You can take any of the number within 25 shapes that we have already discussed. So we have taken 20 here. So the points have been changed to diamond. You can take any type of shape here. So if we take 5, so you can see the shape of the points have been changed. But let's take it 20 otherwise. So it is better to look at. Now what we will be doing is we will be adding aesthetics layer to the geom point. So what was the difference between this when I was saying I am adding aesthetics in the form of color, size, and shape, and again I am saying I am adding aesthetics, which means earlier I was giving basic commands that were color, size, and shape. Now we will be adding dimension to our ggplot. So we will be covering new variables in our graph, We have already used weight as x-axis, mpg as y-axis. Let's see what are the different variables available with us. So you can see there is cylinder, then there is transmission, gear, carburetor. So let's try to cover these variables in our graph too. So if you see cylinder, gear and carbonators, they both they all are categorical variables. How do we know that? Table, we can count them easily. They are not the continuous values, they are categorical values. So if you check for cylinders, so you can see there are three type of cylinders. Similarly, if you want to check for gears, so you can use table command and you can check there are three gears. And for carbonators, empty car, dollar, then there is car. So you can see there are 8 kind of carburetors. So let's add them to our graph. And there is AM also, that is automatic or manual transmission. If you want to check how many type of transmission are there, then there is empty cars, dollar, AM. So we know what all are our categorical variables in our data set. So what we will be doing is we will be adding them to our graph. So first, if I give the cylinder to be colored as points to be colored as per the number of cylinders. If I give it directly as a basic function, let's see what happens. So it gives us an error in layer, geom point, object cylinder not found. So it is not able to find this cylinder value. What is the cylinder? It is not able to find that. So this is wrong. We cannot do it like that. Let's comment this statement. Next, what we are doing is, so now what I was saying is I will be adding aesthetic. So here I haven't given any aesthetics function. Now I am adding aesthetics for cylinder, only for the color part. Rest is the basic function. So let's execute it. At this point, I haven't converted into factor or categorical. It is still in continuous form. So you see we have here 3 cylinders, but by default it has created different cylinders because it has taken it as a continuous value, which is wrong. It has not taken the value correctly. So let's convert it to factor and then make it color. So now you can see the points have been divided as per 3 types of cylinders. So we have added one more dimension to our graph. So there is weight, then there is MPG and colors as per cylinder. So if you want to, what do we get out of this graph is, there are the number of cars which are in blue, they have 8 cylinders. They are from above 3 weight and less than 20 mpg. So they have 8 cylinders. Similarly, the highest cars with highest mileage and lowest weight, they have 4 cylinders. So you can analyze it from your graph. So let's add one more point to your graph. Now we are adding size as per transmission. So let's execute it. Now because you are adding one more dimension, you will be including it into your aesthetics function now. Let's zoom it and see what happened. So you can see as there were 2 kinds of AM, that is automatic and manual transmission. 0 is for automatic and 1 is for manual, and 3 types of colors, that is 3 type of cylinders. So you can see points have been changed to bigger and smaller sizes, small one for automatic, bigger one for manual cars. So the cars with highest mileage and lowest weight have are the manual cars with 4 cylinders. So you can see what all you can analyze from your graph. We have added 4 dimensions to our graph. Next we are adding gears for our shape. So there is one more dimension added to our graph. Let's see. So let's zoom it and see what happened. Now there is one more factor added, that is gear. So how does it added? The shapes has been changed as per the number of gears. So what can we analyze is the maximum mileage cars and lowest weighted cars are of manual transmission having 4 and 5 gears and are of 4 cylinders. So you can see what all you can analyze from your graph. There are so many variables added in one graph only. So how ggplot is powerful and how can it help you to build a graph?